Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, An Offer He Can't Refuse. The man who rules the world gets a job offer he can't refuse in this action-packed all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes, An Offer He Can't Refuse at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Better get the coleslaw, y'all, because we're having us a barbecue. A 14-year-old boy is allegedly seen stomping on the head of a 15-year-old girl who refused to give him her phone number.
Smack the shit out of you right now, right?
Do it.
No, you stand right here. No, you stand right here. You stand right here.
Oh, no, she got your pussy.
That's good. Oh, word? You got pussy.
Now, in a very disturbing video that circulated on social media, a 14-year-old boy is shown approaching a 15-year-old girl on the corner of East 107th Street and 3rd Avenue in East Harlem around 3:30 p.m. after school gets out. And after school gets out, this 14-year-old boy allegedly approaches this 15-year-old girl in the video and looks to ask for her phone number. And when she refuses to give him her phone number, that's where he makes a threat to knock the S out of her as related to the rejection, blocks the girl's path, and then while one of his friends is egging him on, he then continues to assault this girl, slamming her to the ground and then stomping on her skull. And as a result of this violent assault, this 15-year-old girl wound up being taken to the hospital where she had a concussion. And this other boy put this video on social media. And after he put this video on social media, it started to go viral. And as a result, what happened was that the police then took this 15-year-old boy into custody. And after taking him and his friend into custody, the boy was then charged with assault and will be forced to appear in family court next Thursday. Now, the NYPD are seeing this as an isolated incident of juvenile violence. However, when I take a critical examination of the actions this boy participated in this disturbing video, it definitely fits within the pattern and profile of beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. Fits also in the pattern of children of the corn I talk about in my other book, The Woman Crisis, and also fits the pattern and profile of psycho or power simps that I talk about in my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. And it's clear to me that this boy basically comes possibly from one of these dysfunctional or female-headed households based on the way he basically approached this girl and handled this situation, and is possibly one of these children of the corn who basically grew up like a stalk with no sense of structure, no sense of order, no understanding of boundaries, and as a result of him not getting this foundation in life skills that any child would get who had functional parents, what this boy did on looking to approach this girl was look to go out here and go completely berserk after he got rejected. Now, the behavior this boy participated in definitely fits within that pattern and profile of a psycho simp. A psycho simp usually is a guy who basically he can't handle rejection. And as he can't handle rejection, whenever a girl rejects him, he basically goes berserk. And as he goes berserk, what he does is go out here and look to perpetrate violence on that girl, all because she said no not understanding that in the whole process of looking to approach girls, you are going to have to deal with hearing no more than yes, and even hear no more than your name. And in many cases, when you're dealing with girls, a lot of times you're not only going to hear no, you may even have to deal with girls having bad attitudes. You may have to deal with girls making fun of you and mocking you. You may even have to deal with girls disrespecting you. But a healthy man who understands the game, understands he needs to navigate through his emotions when this girl goes out here and acts out like that, because that's part of a man's character to have the resolve to basically take that rejection. And as he takes that rejection, it basically shows how strong a man he is as related to his character. And that's the thing that's going to leave a positive impression on the other girls that are out here when they see you handling business out here. That's what defines a man. But this male didn't understand this. And because this male didn't understand this, he basically approached this girl in a very dysfunctional way. If you look at the video, he's all confronting this girl, not understanding that's already putting her on the defensive, and he's continuing to make threats, which puts her even more on the defensive. And basically, he didn't see how he was working against himself, and he didn't understand that it was his approach that basically led to her saying no, because he basically was acting like a threat to her. And that's what happens when you have a male who doesn't understand how the process works as related to dating and relationships. A boy who understood how the process works as related to dating and relationships would understand you don't go out here and look to make an adversarial approach towards a girl because it's going to make her defensive. And you also don't go out here and escalate things into an assault when that same girl says no. No, what a man does, or a guy who basically was raised right, he's going to take that rejection and he's going to keep it pushing. He's going to take that no and basically keep it pushing. And at that point, basically charge that girl to the game, because any smart boy or any smart man like I was when I was a teenager basically understands that there are 4 women for every one man. And if there's a girl out here who says no, well, you didn't really lose anything. Yeah, she said no. Okay, there's other ones out there. And if I have my intangibles of manhood preserved as related to this rejection, I can go out here and basically get another opportunity to go out here and talk to another girl. That's what this dummy didn't understand. He didn't understand about maintaining his intangibles of manhood, like his dignity, like his self-respect, and most importantly, his freedom. This boy basically sacrificed his dignity by showing that this girl's attention had more value than his presence, going out here and sacrificed his self-respect by going out here and escalating things as related to making a more violent incident as related to this girl saying no. And as a result of him assaulting this girl that was seen on video, he wound up losing the intangible of his freedom, meaning that he possibly will not get any more opportunities at another girl for a long time based on what was presented in this video. This boy basically set himself up for a term in the juvenile hall at the minimum, and possibly will be there until he's about 18 years old, all based on this assault. And even worse, he's going to have himself a criminal record on top of all of this as he's put in the juvenile hall. And instead of him being able to learn how to talk to girls, he's going to be talked to by Bubba, Tiny, Roscoe, Big Dave, Melvin, and Mr. Sprinkles as they look to make themselves a deal he won't be able to say no to when they go out here and looked to offer to trade dude's front side and his backside for items in the commissary like Little Debbie snack cakes, ramen noodles, packets of Crystal Light lemonade, packets of Crystal Light tea, off-brand fruit punch, off-brand orange drink, off-brand grape drink, off-brand lemon lime drink, off-brand cranberry juice, off-brand apple juice, off-brand ginger ale, off-brand Oreo cookies, off-brand duplex cookies, off-brand vanilla wafers, off-brand ginger snaps, Hunt's snack pack puddings, beef jerky with cheddar cheese, beef jerky with mozzarella cheese, beef jerky with Monterey Jack cheese, beef jerky with mozzarella cheese, beef summer sausage, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies, Velveeta cheese, packages of mayonnaise, packages of mustard, packages of soy sauce, packages of sriracha sauce, packages of honey mustard, pork cracklings with hot sauce, Fritos chips, prison chips from the whole shebang. And these guys, when they go out here and look to trade this dude's fresh booty, basically gonna be looking to turn that tight end into a wide receiver, and they ain't gonna say no as they go out here and stuff him in the front side and the back side as they go out here and have their fun. And then Mr. Sprinkle's gonna come in to the detention center, basically go out here, look to get his taste of the waste from the special place as he glazes the front side and the back side with his special sauce, and then call all the guys from Cell Block D to see dude's young backside looking like the inside of a Louisiana crunch cake. And that's basically what this dude will deserve as related to things, and he will learn a hard lesson inside of that penitentiary or that juvenile hall. Basically going to learn in that juvenile hall about a hard lesson about girls saying no, and why it's better to take rejection. It's better to take rejection from a girl who says no to you rather than go out here, put your hands on that girl, then wind up losing your freedom and lose your freedom for a long time. And again, be turned out in one of these juvenile halls. That's what this guy is going to learn the hard way. And he didn't have to learn that lesson if he had just understood how things worked. I mean, this is a sad thing for me to make a video about because I remember being 14 years old. And I remember, again, back in the 80s, girls being real nasty, rude, and disrespectful. And I understood that I needed to shrug it off. I understood back then, okay, she want to be rude. She want to be nasty. She want to be condescending. Okay, I can take that L. I can take that L because I understand there are things more valuable to me than the attention of this girl. And those things are things that I need in order to move myself ahead, to get my diploma, to go out here and go to places like college or be able to go to work. I understand that there's more important things than getting the phone number of a girl, and the phone number of a girl ain't worth losing your freedom for. No, it's not worth losing your freedom for. But sadly, when it comes down to a lot of these males, they don't get taught these lessons. And since they don't get taught these lessons, what happens is that these children of the corn wind up escalating a situation into something more than it need to be. They wind up thinking, oh, I'll just act out like this. And this dude basically sadly got egged on by one of his homies who basically gonna get himself a deal and possibly be out before he is. And again, because he didn't see the bigger picture as related to this type of situation, he was looking to show out for his friend in the video and basically wound up showing himself into a prison, a penitentiary or juvenile hall cell, basically showed himself on a road from going to school and having the freedom to go to class and again, live your life and possibly head on a better road. This dude basically threw all of that away because he got in his feelings about a girl rejecting him, got in his feelings and let his feelings cost him his freedom, let his feelings cost him all of the things as related to his life, because his life just got that much harder. His life just got that much harder. Now you got yourself on a record as related to assaulting girls. So the girls already know you a woman beater at this point. So you've gone from being a guy who possibly could have got a date to now being on the road to being an incel. Now you're also on the road as related to having a juvenile record, and possibly it's going to be harder for you to get a job. It's already hard for this boy to get a job because he's black, and now going to be twice as hard. And he just made his life just that much harder based on an impulsive decision. Based on an impulsive decision, this boy lost his freedom, lost his reputation, lost everything all over a girl who wasn't interested in him. And because he didn't know the rules of the game, he wound up playing himself, and wound up costing himself everything, all because he didn't learn the lessons on how to be a man. And now he's gone from being a man to being a psycho simp, who is now on the road to basically being turned out to become yet another juvenile on the road to becoming a man in crisis. Now, if you want to learn how to actually identify female predators and learn the proper way to have a court talk to girls and how to have a healthy relationship with women, you can pick up my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And you can find that book at other online bookstores like Google Play and other places like Walmart and Target. And many mothers go out here and buy this book for their sons so that they can learn how the game works as related to dating and relationships, as related to the basics of things. Because in the basics of dating and relationships, you have to learn that you're going to hear no more than your name. You're going to have to learn that these chicks are going to say all sorts of stuff, and you got to learn how to take the L. That's something I had to learn when I was a teenager back in the 80s. I had to learn, okay, these girls may call me stupid. They may call me retarded. They may say all sorts of things, but I got to take those L's and keep it pushing, because there's more important things in life. And that's what I put in this book, because I see many young guys out here like this who get in their feelings, don't know how the game works. And basically I wrote this book so that guys wouldn't get into situations like this. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote the book, Stop Simping. I wanted to, again, help a lot of young brothers out here. And again, mothers go out here and buy this book for their sons. They go out here and buy this book for their sons so that they can understand how things operate, because a lot of times they don't have that father in their life to sit down and talk to them the way I'm talking to you right now. The way I'm talking to you is the way a father talks to a son, to let him know what the deal is so that he doesn't wind up going out here and escalating things and putting himself in a situation where he's gone from going to school to now being in this juvenile detention center and messing his whole life up. That's the reason why I wrote Stop Simping, again, to help men and boys break out of this pattern as related to learning the wrong way how to go, because this boy learned the wrong way how to go because he's one of these children of the corn. And basically, I wrote this book because I wanted to see, again, boys learn how it goes, because when you learn how it goes, you won't go out here and, again, being confrontational like this. You'll know how to deal with a situation with a girl and basically move on so that you can continue moving towards the girl who's really into you. And if you also want to learn about the pattern of how children become children of the corn, you can pick up my book, The Woman Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Woman Crisis at other online booksellers like Draft Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to learn what motivates beta males to participate in this type of violence, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And in that book, I have 2 chapters that deal with this type of male in depth and why they participate in this type of violence. And you can learn about how to identify this type of male and how to either help or avoid them by picking up The Man Crisis. And that book will show you why we have a trend of these type of males out here. And if you want to see me make more videos talking about The Man Crisis, Children of the Corn, or dating and relationships, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, ISIS Runway of Doom. The goddess next door struts her stuff on the catwalk to take on a runway of rogues in this action-packed all-new ISIS series adventure. Get your copy of ISIS Runway of Doom at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere.
Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book The Man Crisis comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today.
Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.